I'm not gonna sit here and brag and be like, oh my gosh guys, look at my skin now, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm not gonna sit here and say you need to follow my routine, because honestly it took time. It took time for my skin to heal, for me to be in a better position to change up my skincare. It took a whole year. It took me a long time. I know sometimes it takes people 2 years, 3 years. It just depends on you, your hormone balance, your diet, external factors, pollution, all of that jazz, what you can afford in your skincare routine. Everything counts. I just thought I'd just talk you through like my experience with bad skin, because I have been through it and it wasn't a nice experience for me. Obviously it's never a nice situation to be in, and I applaud those people that can just, I don't know, walk out the door with their skin bare and just embrace themselves because they don't give a fuck. I wish I could have that mentality, but it does like give me a knock in my self-esteem. I had been suffering with those skin issues from the academic year 2018 to 2019, because during that summer I had started on contraception. The contraception I don't think agreed with me or something like that. It created some kind of like hormone imbalance, and before that during that summer my skin was actually really clear. I was on microgynon, by the way. I took that and I gained weight quite easily. I know like my diet wasn't amazing then, but something in me made like I just started eating so much. I might as well have been pregnant or something. I was eating for two. I'm not even joking. I went to Nando's, went to TGI Fridays. We went everywhere. Like once a week we'd go out and eat like crazy, or we'd drive to the McDonald's drive-through because Bath had introduced that. Oh gosh, I just can't believe it. It's really bad. Everything contributes to your skin, so if you just start with the basics, with your skincare, with your health, then gradually you might see a difference in your skin. I know that my sister's dealing with bad skin at the moment, and she's had this battle for like a long time, and just like nothing seems to work for her at the moment apart from changing her diet. She stripped back her skincare too. I've used so many products on the drugstore shelves, you name it, Clean and Clear, Advantage System, Neutrogena, Visibly Clear, all of like those boot spot fighting products, Nip and Fab, teenage breakout things. I've used a lot of products, and this is like kind of like my edited skincare routine for when I break out. I know what works for me. So some of these products are still in my routine today, but we'll discuss that in part 2. And in part 2 I have a completely like different skincare routine and different skincare goals as well. My goal back in the day was to reduce my spots and breakouts. Now I have a different goal. So firstly, obviously we have to talk about cleanser. In the morning I'd wash my face. I used to use Cetaphil, but reading the ingredients list I was made aware that it was full of parabens. A lot of controversy over parabens. They could give you cancer, but nonetheless they're in loads and loads of products that we use every single day. But I was just aware of how many parabens were in there. Because it was such a nice cleanser, I carried on using it for a couple of months. I did some research for alternative cleansers that were like along the same lines, and I came across Cerave. I like to buy like the bigger tub and then just decant it into the smaller one because it's easier to travel with, and because like I'm always back and forth from uni, it's just easier to have the small one on hand. Essentially, Cetaphil and the Cerave, they're really bland cleansers. They don't have any fragrance in them, and they don't do anything special. They're just there to cleanse your skin. After I wash my face, it would normally be like a hot cloth cleanse. So I'd take a fresh towel. A big thing for me is to have a clean flannel every single day. So I have about 10, and every day I use one and then I chuck it in the wash. That's how it goes. Like, have a clean flannel. Make sure your bed sheets are clean. Make sure like things around you are clean. Like, touch your face less. If you're gonna have your hair near your face, maybe just have some clips to have it kind of like away from your like face. Obviously the oils on your hair can transfer onto your face. Anyway, so after I cleanse, I go in with a toner. So I used to use the La Roche-Posay Serozinc. I used to ask this for my Christmas present. I used to ask for it for my birthday present. It was a product that was in my life constantly. I had to have it because it had that zinc in it. It felt really good for the spots. And then afterwards, let that sink in for a little bit. And then I went in with the La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo, and this is the Plus. I reckon that the original version was much better. It was a bit more strong. And then this is for like unclogging your skin and keeping those breakout areas at bay. So I used to put it on like in the targeted sections. Some people use it as moisturizer, but I would find it really drying as I had dry skin, so I would just use this as like a target treatment. However, if my skin was feeling really bad, like if I had like a specific like spot that really came out, then I would treat it in the night time. And I have this like little toolkit from Amazon, and it has like all the blackhead extracting tools that you can find. And there's like one specific one, it's like really pointy, it's like a pin, it's really sharp. And then I'd kind of like poke that spot and then drag out any pus and any gross liquid that was inside it, and I'd take that out and then clean, sanitize that area again. And then I'd place the ordinary niacinamide and zinc solution on it, and that would really help to dry out that spot. But say if that area started healing up and I didn't need to use the Effaclar Duo anymore, I'd go in with Effaclar K. Now the one in the metal tube is the one that I really want to talk about, because that is the one that's all about anti-relapse. I used to use it on the areas that were just about to heal up. So using that product, I wouldn't expect like for another spot to like regrow in that area for a certain amount of time. So I highly recommend that if you can still get it. I haven't seen it in Superdrug or Boots. And also when you do find like a deal, like if they're doing like 25% off or something along the lines with La Roche-Posay, definitely stock up on those products, because I went through these things continuously. Every couple of months I'd have to repurchase them. Then after treating those areas, some eye gel just to give my eyes some hydration. Just the Boots Essentials eye gel. Honestly, it does the job fine, still in my skincare routine. And then I'd go in with my Daily Essentials by Nivea Moisturizer. Now we've gone through so many of these tubs, so many. They're cheaper to buy on Amazon. You can get a pack of 3 for £6, because normally they're like £4 in the supermarket and in Boots. Oh gosh, I'm feeling really burpy now. And then in the night time, I'd either use a micellar water or a baby wipe to remove the makeup that I'd had on the day. I used to wear really thick makeup because how dark these spots were and how red everything was. I used to wear a thick load of makeup. Nowadays I don't. And then again, I'd go in with a hot cloth and on a dry face with the Cerave. So I take the Cerave on a dry face, take about like 1 to 2 pumps depending on how much makeup I had on that day, massage it onto my face, take a hot flannel, and then just take off whatever was on my skin. And then I double cleanse. Double cleansing is such a big thing for me. I've always double cleansed. I double cleanse with the Clean and Clear Deep Action Cream Wash, or I would use the Neutrogena Visibly Clear Cream Wash, and that was a beautiful grapefruit smell. I don't think they do it anymore because I can't find it anywhere. I can't find it in Superdrug, can't find it in Boots, and I can't find it in Savers. So I don't know where it's gone. It's gone right off the face of the earth, because normally something that's discontinued normally ends up in Savers, but I can't find it anywhere, and it's really sad because I really like that cleanser as well. But this guy's really cooling on like any inflamed spots and areas. It's just like it relieves that area just a little bit. It has salicylic acid in it as well. I find that salicylic acid works well on my skin so much. Eventually when those spots dried up and stuff, I'd go in with the facial scrub. This is just a cucumber one by Boots. I find it really effective. I really like how gritty it is, and it really just like help you get those like dead areas off your face and help you promote new skin. And then in the summer of that year, my skin started to get better and all the breakouts started to stabilize. And so to help fade the scars on my face, I started off with the ordinary Granactive Retinoid 2% Emulsion. and I would use that 3 times a week at night time in my nighttime skincare routine, and then in the morning I'd wake up and definitely I would apply SPF. Because obviously these retinols, AHAs and all of that, they make your skin more prone to sun damage. If I wanted to treat myself to a little face mask or something, this is really good as well. This is the Boots Tea Tree Witch Hazel with active charcoal. It's alright, it does the job, does what it says on the tin. Pretty good. Yeah, so that's like all the products that I used to use on my skin. I wouldn't say it was like an excessive amount, like each product had a certain thing it had to do on my skin. I used to go ham with tea tree oil. I was watching one of my skincare routines the other day. It was like a get ready with me go to Brighton or something like that, and I used to go ham with tea tree oil. I used to put it on a Q-tip and like smudge it all over the affected areas, and gosh, I can feel that stinging on my skin right now. Like the sting of that was potent, but I used to swear by that stuff. I don't use it anymore, it's not in my life anymore, but I guess if you're looking for like a natural alternative for spot fighting ingredients, then tea tree oil is the way to go. Just waited out for a year long, and now I'm happier with my skin that I'm in, because obviously everything's cleared up and it's more manageable now. I hope maybe like these products will work for you. Give them a try maybe. I'm not trying to make you buy anything new. I'm not trying to promote like all these products or anything like that. This is like what I went through. These are the products that I used and what works for me. They may work for you. Switch up and change your products and just your lifestyle a little bit. See what happens for you. But I hope it helped, and I wish you well in your skincare journey, because it's good to learn along the way what your skin likes and what your skin doesn't like. I mean, that's just the fun of it, isn't it? For trying new skincare, seeing if your skin changes. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in part 2, where I show you my current skincare routine.